So March is upon us. What have I been up to? Find out in this update on my writing journey. Stay tuned for some interesting news. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Wayne, author of Broken Ceasefire and Xander's Salvation. Both of these stories are available on the Amazon bookstore. If you've got the Kindle Unlimited program, you can download a copy of them each for free and leave me feedback. I really do appreciate it. So I've got a big update for you with regards to Crossfire, which is the sequel, and that is it's almost finished. I know it's been a long time. I never thought I'd get here myself, but I've really been pushing hard, and the reason why I haven't been doing any live writing on my channel personally is because I've got to a point now where I don't want to give away any plot details. For example, the chapter that I have to write next is going to be quite an emotional ride for the reader and for me, and for the first time really and I think this is a positive, but for the first time I'm really engaging and feeling the emotions of these characters and what one of them is about to go through in order to portray it right so that the reader feels those emotions. I'm really going to be pouring my own emotion into that chapter as well, but I don't want to give it away, so I won't be writing it publicly. If I do any live writing, I'll probably have a picture of the book cover up or whatnot. So I'm approximately 4,500 words away from the end of the first draft, and then once that's done and complete, I will be going through and editing it myself. Then once I've edited it, then I'll be looking for a proper editor to go through and correct stuff, and also beta readers too. So that's the update for the book. Now, would you try this marketing strategy if it was presented to you, or would you treat it as a marketing strategy? See, what I've done today, and I think it is a little bit of marketing, but it's also a little bit of giving back to the writing community. My wife works in a school. She works in a secondary school, and today is World Book Day. It's where all the children go in, pick their favourite book, go in, choose a character. Some of them dress up, some of them don't, depending on the age group and depending on the book. One of the English teachers where Donna works has actually purchased a copy of my book, and he's thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, he's said to his head of English, we should get this guy in to talk about writing and publishing, and they agreed. So today was the day. I went in and I spoke to a classroom of 25 children from the age of, I think there were 13, 14 up to 15. Year 9, whatever year 9 is in the UK educational system, I haven't got a clue. Bring back first year, second year, that's what I say. So anyway, I had an hour slot just before lunch, which I thought was great, because that way they're going to be awake. Do it after lunch when they've had something to eat. If they're anything like me, they'll be half asleep. So yeah, I spent an hour with this age group. I wasn't on my own. I had a teacher there with me as well, which was handy because she could then ask a few questions when the kids were a little bit quiet. And so I went through everything, the difficulties that I have writing as a dyslexic author, why I choose to be a pantser rather than a planner. As I said to them, I think if you started to plan, in my mind, once I start planning everything, these become rules. And once you start putting my mind into an area where there's rules and regulations, it doesn't cope particularly well. So scrap that. Let's be a pantser, and let's write from the heart, and let's write those emotions directly. So yeah, we'd done that. I spoke to the children. They asked some really great questions. Some of them were really tuned in to writing, which was great. I think the teacher chose the ones that would be interested in the subject. So everyone that was there was interested in writing and storytelling, which was really great, and it made for a very engaging experience. And it also, I think, helps when you can connect to your target audience directly in a situation like that. So I'm really, really grateful to my wife for organising it and having that opportunity. So if you have the opportunity yourselves to have your target audience one-on-one, go for it. it was daunting. I was very nervous because the last thing I wanted to do was fall flat on my face in front of a group of kids. That's the worst thing you can do, isn't it? But I had an idea on what I wanted to talk, and some of the difficulties I have with writing as a dyslexic author. Well, writing with dyslexia, basically. So yeah, I had a really great time at the school, and I gave every student got a free copy of the book, which is great. So what happens now, hopefully, is they'll have inspired the next generation of writers and authors. Fingers crossed. You know, I think if one of those students I spoke to today grows up and then becomes a really well-established author, and they turn around and say, well, actually, we had this guy come in talk about his book when I was at school and it really inspired me, then I'd be chuffed with that. So yeah, so it's a bit of giving back as well as just being a little bit 50-50. I think it's 50-50 giving back to the community, but also being able to have that little bit of pride and talk to your captive audience, which is really great as well. So that's what I've done today. On World Book Day, spoke to a group of 25 students, young adults, about my story, and it couldn't have gone any better, so thank you very much. Coming up on the channel, I will be reviewing an app that I think is overpriced and not something that I would be doing or will be doing as an author, but I'll get back to that later. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, check out some of the other videos and the other content on here, and I will see you in a live very soon. Thanks for watching. See you later.